Hi there, today I'm going to be teaching you how to use a special plugin for Photoshop called Solidify. Most people use this to help correct seams or bleeding in any of their texture work when they're doing 3D modeling. You can use this for artwork as well, but it's specifically, I guess, mostly used just for fixing up textures and seams. So first what you're going to do is you're going to go to this website called Flaming Pear, and I'll leave a link for you guys below. And you're going to come to downloads, and you're going to go all the way down to free plugins. And you're going to either click the Windows 8 or the Mac button. Windows 8 doesn't really matter, it's just the new Windows logo, but it's still for the PC, it's still for Microsoft. So you're going to click that, you're going to download, and it's going to come in a zipped folder. And after that, you're going to have a folder full of many plugins. You can either use all of them or you can only use Solidify. So inside your folder, you're going to find all these plugins. What you're going to do then is you're going to go to your computer. You're going to go down to your program files or your program files 86, wherever your Photoshop, Adobe program files are located. Mine are in my program files, and then I'm going to go to Adobe, and then I'm going to go to Creative Cloud, which is the program that I'm using right now, and then you're going to go to plugins. And as you can see here, there is a bunch of plugins here. Right here, these three are the ones that we're going to be using. I just have all of them here because I like to have them all there. So you're going to drag all of your plugins, or the ones you only want to use, into this plugin folder, wherever your plugin folder is located. But it should be located somewhere in your program files on your Adobe program, or wherever you have those located. They might not even be in your program files. So after that, what you're going to do is you're going to have a bake map ready. What this is going to do is it's going to help to eliminate these black parts of your map. So what we're going to do first is we're going to come over here and I'm going to copy over my ambient occlusion layer. I'm going to paste this into this file. And what I'm going to do now is, because the main map here, the bake map, is the background file, I'm going to click Control J. I'm going to make a copy of it into its own layer. And you're going to see why. So then what you're going to do is you're going to hide both the ambient occlusion layer and the layer under this copy layer. Now, the next part you're going to do is you're going to want to go over to the magic wand tool. And you're going to want to make sure that you have this part here where it's over more than one section can be highlighted. And then you're going to click on the black part, right click, and similar. Now what this is going to do, it's going to select all the black parts of the map. If you see some parts down here that are being selected and you don't want them to be selected, you can easily go up to here and you can change your sampling, and then you can do the same, and it should see some parts still get selected, so we can even move it down to maybe 5. We only want the black part selected. There we go. So now all the black parts are selected, and what you're going to do is you're just going to click delete, and those black parts are going to disappear. Now what you're going to do is you're going to go down to filter, you're going to go to flaming pear, and you're going to click solidify A, B, or C. These are different intensities. A is the quickest, B is the probably in between, and then C is the smoothest, but it takes the longest to do. So if I click A really quick, you will see then when I do select that there is the textures have been unwrapped sorts. But you can see that there's a little bit of a white line. To eliminate that, all you do is you do Control J on the layer a couple times, and then Control E to merge them all down. And then you'll do the exact same with your ambient occlusion layer. This might be a little more difficult because there is so much black, so what I tend to do, we'll undo all of this, I can show you really quick. What I tend to do is when I have the bake map selected like this, I'll delete the bake map layer and then I will delete the black from the ambient occlusion. And if you've already done the solidify, a really quick tip is to click Control F, and it will repeat the action, the filter, whatever it is that you've done prior. You can do it with blurring, you can do it with filling up a layer, whatever. It does it. And so you don't have to go back to the menu to do it. And you can do it again here. And then we have our pretty seamless as it can be, maps. And so then we're going to do the same with the ambient occlusion layer because there's a little bit of a ghosting at the edge. And then you just put multiply, and there you go. And when you apply this to your mesh, because there is no black or darkness or white background anymore, and it's actually a color of the actual map that you have or the textures that you have, it stops the whole bleeding of unresed textures, no more seams. It's really, really helpful. A really good map helps, but this can be used on almost any map. So the better your map, the better that this seam prevention trick will work. But it doesn't really matter. As long as you have at least clean cut edges on your bake maps, you should be able to do this solidifying pretty easy. And after that, that's it. The only other thing I can tell you is that in order to get the plugins to work, you have to close your Photoshop and put them into the folder and then open Photoshop again. Then they'll be there. They won't be there if you just drag and drop the plugins automatically. They won't pop up. So you have to shut down Photoshop and restart. So I hope that helps.